On a resourceful life, we've got John Worsfold, the captain of the Essendon Football Club, but also renowned for here in WA as one of the greats for the West Coast Eagles. Thanks for joining us, John.
Hey, thanks, Hoggy.
And right, different world for football now. And what resources have you put in place for your players right now to make sure they come out on top when they go out and play in the field with a free mind?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of things we've had to take into account. Some of the stuff's been around making sure they've got quiet areas they can go to and have their own time when they need it, rather than feeling like they're at work 100% of the time. One of our young Indigenous boys, his escape from the pressure of AFL is painting. So we've made sure we've got a room set up and he's got all his painting equipment that he can go there quietly and do that at any time. We've got mental skills coach up here with us full time. That's constantly around the players, just checking in with them, and he's available for them to talk to at any given time. And then we've got obviously a welfare manager as well as the coaches that are always checking in with players as well. And it goes for coaches, we check in with each other as well. So really making sure that everyone's comfortable, that we know people are going to go through tough periods at different times. Some weeks someone's really good, but they might struggle the next week. We're just letting them know that there's no right or wrong. Just make sure you talk to someone. One of the big values we have at the Essendon Football Club is care. And we talk a lot about caring for each other and looking out for each other. And so our leaders live that. They talk to the young players, they check in with them, and they do act like big brothers to them and let them know that they're there to support them and they understand how tough it can be.
With the 3 games in 9 days, the pressure on the players physically and mentally, did you see any difference? Did some people embrace it more than others and prefer to play rather than train?
Yeah, again, every player's a little bit different. Some players were really sore and you could see they were struggling. They were thinking, how am I going to get up and perform at the required level of such a short break? But again, we've tried to support that. We've managed some players that are higher risk in that regard and managed to get them a rest in there somewhere. Other players you could see just grit their teeth and say, okay, this is a massive little period. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to focus on recovery and make sure that I perform at the highest possible levels.
Social media is a big one.
Now, it's always going to be there. That's the world we live in these days. So it's really just educating them on how to deal with it, but also, if it's something that does affect them personally, again, talk to the right people around our footy club that can support them through that.
You understand them, what makes them tick, to notice when they're down, when they're up, when they're too over the top, to calm them down. Do you have those procedures in place?
Yeah, we do, Hoggy. So we get a really good understanding of all our players, and they all have what we call an anchor that they'll come back to if things aren't working for them. If they've made a mistake, we push them to forget the mistake, come back to your anchor, which is a different sort of little phrase or word for all of them.
Do you have any team activities that you're actually doing that take you away from the game?
Yeah, the players have got a table tennis competition going, so that's a knockout comp. That's starting to generate a fair bit of pressure and humour. So there's various things. Yeah, we've been unbelievably well resourced with activities that players can get away from the game. So there's air hockey, table tennis. They've got a couple of pinball machines and video games that they can play. And so, yeah, and again, that's coaches included with players, and you're getting this real good bonding of guys that have, similar outlets that are finding out about each other. So there's a lot of positives coming out of living in this environment that we are.
That's fantastic. Yeah, John, I'd like to thank you for joining us on A Resourceful Life, because those messages go out to everyone that we're talking to, especially the FIFO workers. And, it doesn't matter where you are. It's all about team building, team bonding, and there's always different stresses that we're faced with. But if you can get that team bond and get the messages within your group, and you get a tight-knit group where you can create a safe environment for people to share their feelings and their thoughts, the team just operates a lot better. So thanks very much, John, for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you, mate.
And good luck for Essendon for the rest of the season, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much.